What sweet should we get? Yuta, which one do you want?
I think something like this is fine. As a matter of fact, I don't think we even need to bother.
Nonsense. We're going to greet your family. My name is Asami, and I'm 28 years old. The other day, Yuta, who is 2 years older than me, proposed to me and we became happily engaged. Today, I'm going to Yuta's parents' house to greet his family. Is this Western-style sweet set okay?
This is expensive, though. I think it could be cheaper.
It's fine, it's fine. This looks the most delicious among them all.
Thank you, honey. Mom and Kaori will be so happy with this.
Yuta's mother and sister, Kaori, are not related to Yuta by blood. Yuta's birth mother died of illness when he was 13. Then, Yuta's father remarried when his son turned 17. His new wife also had a daughter named Kaori. I hope he can get along with Kaori, too. What is this huge mansion?
A huge mansion? Well, it may be a little big, it's true, but to me, it's just home.
Could it really be about 4 times the size of my house?
We're home! Welcome back! We were waiting for you.
Don't mind if I do, sir. I'm so nervous.
Nice to meet you. Miss Asami, I presume? Please, come in.
He seems like such a nice guy, just like his son.
Hold on. Where's Mom and Kaori? They're out shopping and should be back soon. Insane. Why would they go out on the day Asami's coming? Sorry about that, Miss Asami.
No, sir, no worries.
I'll prepare some tea.
Yes, thank you so much. Then, 5 minutes later, the two of them came back. We're home. Oh wait, they're already here. Wow, they're both so beautiful. They're fashionable too, and they're the complete opposite of me.
I told you we'd be here at 1 o'clock.
Sorry, the bus was a little late. Miss Asami, I presume?
Yes, ma'am. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Wait, did she just laugh?
Come on now, you two. Please, sit down.
Okay.
Listen, Fumiko, Asami has a lovely smile. Don't you think she's perfect for Yuta?
I wonder.
Hey.
Well, I haven't talked to her yet. You can't judge by appearances alone. That's right. This is my precious brother we're talking about.
That's what I thought, ma'am. Yuta is loved quite a bit, isn't he?
Am I really? Well, as we go on talking, I think your charm will gradually become clear. So I expect you two to behave.
Of course.
I don't feel very welcome, honestly.
By the way, Asami was so kind as to give us some sweets.
Thank you. Yes, these cookies are delicious.
I'm so glad you like them.
You have good taste, despite first impressions.
A few words too many, woman.
So, Asami, you're the same age as me, are you not?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, you look younger.
That's definitely not a compliment. You just wanted to say I look like a child.
Yeah, Kaori does look older.
Huh?
Mr. Maikowa's kindness backfired. I'm sure he meant it as a joke, but Kaori's probably serious.
Oh, by the way, where do you work?
I'm a freelance illustrator, actually, so I'm not employed anywhere.
Freelance, freedom? You don't mean you're unemployed.
Hell no! How could it translate that way?
No, honey, she's a freelancer, so she's self-employed.
Self-employed, hey?
I guess freelance work isn't very familiar to Mrs. Maikowa's generation.
Being self-employed means you can spend your time and money however you want, right?
What kind of translation are mother and daughters making? I can't do that, ma'am. I have to work properly.
Wow. Never thought you and Mom would be so outdated, Kaori.
That's not true. Even my clothes today are in the current trend. Indeed, I even ate some trendy sweets today.
I feel like they're taking outdated from a different perspective. Well, no matter.
I must say, though, being an illustrator is amazing.
Thank you, sir.
I think it's very easy to get paid for drawing illustrations, though.
Actually, ma'am, it's quite difficult.
I got good grades in art at school, and I think I have some extra colored pencils at home, too. I might try to do that, too. If someone like you can do it, then I should be able to do it, too, no problem.
And I've worked so hard to get here, though.
Balderdash. I don't think you can do it, Kaori. You have no artistic sense. Maybe you could become a comedian known for having no artistic sense, but...
You're so cruel, Yuta. Drawings aren't just about skill. A sense of art is also important.
Yuta, his stepmother, and Kaori get along well, it seems. I've heard that some people can't get along with their parents' new spouses or stepchildren, but that doesn't seem to be the case for Yuta, and that relieved me. Well, it would probably take some time for them to get along with me, but...
As an illustrator, I wonder if you graduated from a university of art.
No, it's an art-related professional training college. To be honest, I wanted to go to a proper university, but art universities are expensive, and I was also borrowing a scholarship, so I went to a technical school instead. But it was very fulfilling, and I don't regret that decision at all.
Professional training college, eh? Huh? By the way, I graduated from university.
Is that so? I'm jealous.
Are you that jealous that I went to university? How much of a...
Kaori was about to say something, but she quickly restrained her tongue. How much of a what? How much of a poor life I've lived, you mean? Yuta's family is super rich, is what I think. I grew ever more convinced when I came to his family home today. Yuta had also told me that his father is a company president. I didn't know just how successful he was. But even an ordinary person like me could tell from looking at this huge mansion that my fiance's family must have a lot of assets. Yuta has a good sense of money, so he doesn't look too rich at all. Wait, did I just insult him? Which university did you go to, Miss Kaori?
Moni University.
Moni University? Wasn't that a bottom rank university? I suppose it's not okay to judge someone just by their educational background. I see. What did you study?
What did I study? I forgot.
Seriously though, wouldn't a professional training college have been better for you, dear? You could have concentrated on one thing, and you wouldn't have to repeat a year either.
So she repeated a year?
I was just busy with a lot of things and had to repeat a year.
Really? I only have the image of you gallivanting around campus.
Stop ridiculing me. Anyway, I'm working properly now, so it's okay, right?
Kaori said slightly angrily, holding my fiance's hand. A potential brat? But more importantly, I think a grown-up sister clinging to her brother is questionable. It would have been more understandable if they were related by blood, but the fact they're not real siblings bothers me, and I didn't want to see that scene. Such was me. No, they're family. Actually, I think I was so nervous that I drank too much tea. I want to go to the bathroom. Excuse me, may I use your bathroom?
Oh, of course. I want you to go to my room to get my album too, so I'll show you around.
Phew, I have to try not to drink too much. I came out of the bathroom and head to the living room, where I heard Mr. and Mrs. Maikawa's voices, along with Miss Kaori.
Hey, what do you think of Miss Asami?
What do you mean by that?
Since she's Yuta's fiancé, I thought she'd be a really amazing grand person, but how should I put this? She's completely different from what I imagined.
So I wasn't an amazing grand person then? Well, let's be honest, even I don't really think I'm that attractive.
Now, Kaori, what are you talking about? She may not have been what you imagined, but she's a very kind and intelligent girl. Right, Fumiko?
To be honest, I'm a bit worried.
Is it because she's a freelancer? There are a lot of freelancers these days, so I believe she'll be fine. I think she and Yuta can work together to build a good life together.
But there might be other more wonderful girls out there. Isn't that right, Kaori?
Yes, that's right.
Hey now, what are you two insinuating? Yuta chose her, and all we should do is give them our blessings.
So I'm not welcomed by Mrs. Maikawa and Miss Kaori, huh? Well, I knew that, but hearing it in words like that is a bit of a shock. I was wondering whether to go into the living room, but I didn't want to be seen as someone who takes a long time to do their business, so I went in as if I had just come out. Sorry to keep you waiting.
No, dear, no worries. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna answer a call from work.
Bad timing, bro. The three women were left behind in the living room.
Hey, Miss Asami, won't you give up on Yuta?
What? But why?
You're the fiancé of Yuta Maikawa, who works for a major foreign-affiliated enterprise, and I was expecting someone very beautiful and smart, but instead, a fool like you came along.
A fool?
Indeed, I cannot trust Yuta with you, and there is a woman more suitable for Yuta right in his vicinity.
What does that mean?
Anyway, as long as it's you, I won't accept it. I can't give up on this at this rate.
Can't give up on this? Right in his vicinity? Could it be that Kaori is in love with Yuta too? They're not blood siblings. It's possible for them to get married and have children. It's not a bad thing to fall in love with anyone, but I experienced mixed feelings right then. It would have been fine if this person was a complete stranger, but I'm dealing with people who will become my family. I cannot believe that I'll be able to build a good relationship with Yuta even after marrying him. I'm so surprised. This is like some daytime melodrama sitcom.
Oh, what's wrong? Where'd Dad go?
It's nothing, dear. He's away for now, answering a phone call from work.
Oh, okay.
A bit late, aren't you?
It was deep inside the closet, so it took a goddamn while to get it out.
Those are your school photo albums, right? Why?
Yeah, because you said you wanted to see them. And I'm sure we'll use old photos in the video for the wedding. I was going to end up using a few eventually, so I thought I'd take a bunch out now.
Wedding?
Why are you so surprised? It's only too natural for fiancés to have a wedding, right?
When is it?
Well, we haven't decided yet. We decided on starting to seriously plan everything after today's greetings.
When are you going to register your marriage?
We're thinking of doing it the day after the wedding.
Oh, so there's still some time then.
I guess so.
Don't tell me you're actually planning something, yo! Then Mr. Maikawa came back, and after chatting for about another hour, we left the house. Now Yuta has come to the nearest station to see me off.
You've done well today, honey.
You too.
What's wrong? You don't look too well. I guess it's nerve-wracking after all, eh?
No, that's not just it. I did hesitate to tell him, but I told Yuta honestly about what happened today.
What the hell?
I honestly don't know what Kaori meant by she couldn't give up at this rate, but I know for sure that I'm not welcomed by them.
I see. I thought so.
Did you notice?
I had a vague feeling.
Since when?
Maybe right after I changed jobs?
Yuta changed jobs to a major foreign affiliate IT company a year ago.
But because they're family, I didn't want to think that was the truth. I felt like my heart would become more and more, polluted if I accepted it as is, so I feigned ignorance.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I'm pretty shocked that she said something like that to you too. I'm so sorry.
It's something that can happen when you're not related by blood.
I'll have to face it head on and not look away from now on. I'll tell Dad what happened too.
Thank you. There's nothing I could do about Mrs. Maikawa and Miss Kaori. I left the two of them to Yuta and tried to avoid seeing them as much as possible. And the wedding arrangements progressed, and it was decided to hold the ceremony in 6 months. But today I was summoned by Mrs. Maikawa and Kaori. We're going to a cafe because we're going to have a girls' chat where boys were not allowed, but what is this? Sure, I could have not gone on ladies' day out, but I didn't want to hold the ceremony with a vague feeling. Maybe this would open up a better path. I headed to the cafe with a little hope in my chest. And there was no hope at all. The faces of the two women were clearly very angry. Sorry to have kept you waiting.
For real? You should have come here earlier.
Well, hey, I arrived 10 minutes before the scheduled time, as you can see. What can I do for you today?
Your wedding is 6 months away, so it seems. Well, I heard that last month, so it seems like it's 5 more months.
Yes, it is, ma'am.
Doesn't it usually take about a year?
There was an opening 6 months away, and it's not going to be a big wedding, so it won't take long to prepare. And we wanted to get the wedding over with early.
My plans?
Did she just say my plans? Does that mean she still is in love with Yuta?
Anyway, I will not approve of your marriage to Yuta.
Even if you say so, why do you disapprove it so adamantly?
Because you're not attractive. Yuta is a promising man working for a major foreign affiliated company, and you are just a maggot.
So in other words, you are a loser after Yuta's money.
That's right. Yuta is quite a good catch, just like his father.
You thought of your own husband that way as well? Don't tell me that's why you remarried him.
Anyway, give up. Admit defeat.
Admit defeat? Yuta chose me, ma'am. True, I may not be as attractive as a woman as you are, but at least I am more attractive to Yuta than you could ever be.
But I won't allow it. If you won't back down, only a matter of time and effort to conjure something up.
What?
I live in the same house, you see. I can do a lot of things to him, you see.
And that would mean filing a marriage registration, sneaking into his room at night, etc.? Creating some kind of fait accompli, whatever it is? Well, no matter what it could be, I think you'll be punished for enforcing that kind of bullshit. Whatever that means, I don't care. If Yuta abandons me, all is well that ends well.
My, you're being a bit strong. Are you okay, darling?
There's no problem. I believe in Yuta. More importantly, are you ladies okay? If things get serious, not only will Yuta leave you, but I think your husband will also get a divorce, you see?
Thanks for your concern. But there's no way Kaori, my beautiful, adorable daughter, could lose, see?
I see. Well, do your best then. I wonder if they don't comprehend the fact that this story will reach Yuta and his father. This is starting to feel so stupid. Then one evening on a holiday night, a week before the wedding, I was relaxing at home when the doorbell rang. Who could it be? A delivery person? No, they wouldn't be coming at a time like this.
It's me!
Yuta! When I let him into the house, he was out of breath as if he had run at full speed. Hey, honey, what's wrong?
I just got a bad vibe from Kaori and her mother, so I ran away.
What?
Kaori has been getting a lot closer to me lately. She tries to get in the bathroom when I'm inside, and she stays in my room all night.
So, in other words, she's seducing you?
Maybe that's... And today, I felt like I was being targeted even more than usual. Well, maybe I'm overthinking it.
What about your father?
Dad's been on a business trip overseas since yesterday. He'll come back to Japan 3 days before the wedding, but he won't come back home and go directly on another business thing within the country. And he said he'd come straight to the venue from his hotel on the business trip on the morning of the wedding.
I see. So now that they're not under his supervision, they can do whatever they want?
Can you give me a week to live here? I sure as hell can't be in that house without Dad there to keep things under control.
Got it.
I'll talk to Dad about it on the phone. I'm so sorry, Asami. I was relieved that there had been no attacks on you recently, but I should have done more to deal with the situation by leaving the house earlier or not giving them any invitations.
No, it would have made them more suspicious. I'm glad that you're safe, Yuta. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the wedding, and let's have as much fun as we can in a week's time. I'm sure they won't do anything rash in public.
Sure, thank you.
But I was also so naive. After the wedding ceremony, we moved to the reception hall. Kaori seems to have overslept and will come home from the reception. Did she really oversleep though? But knowing Kaori, it's very possible. The reception door opened and we were about to make our entrance when...
I object!
At that moment, a woman in a wedding dress came charging in from behind. What? Today is supposed to be fully booked for us, but... Wait a minute, Miss Kaori?
This is my spot.
No, what the hell is this? The door was open and we were visible in the hall. Everyone was looking at us in shock.
Oh, Kaori, you look so beautiful.
Mrs. Maikawa?
Hey, what's going on here?
Yuta, we can get married, you know. We're not related by blood after all.
No, hell no! Wait a minute!
The hall started to run amok. I mean, of course it would. Stop this! You're ruining the reception!
Who freaking cares about your reception? This is my reception with Yuta.
What is your cod mouth saying, you bitch? Hey, what's the meaning of this?
Honey, this woman is not fit to be Yuta's after all. If you love Yuta as his father, you'll have him marry Kaori. She's lived beside him all this time. She's family already.
Family, huh? Family? Well then, I'm cutting my ties with you!
You're being cut off, bitch!
I'm talking about you!
I mean, like, duh.
As of today, you're no longer our family, Fumiko. We're getting a divorce.
What? Are you going to let go of family that easily?
Family doesn't do things like this, do they? And besides, Mrs. Tachibana, Kaori, you never loved me and Dad as family, did you? You only loved the money we make. You just want to get money the easy way. Of course you do. We're already living together, aren't we? We don't have to move. We already know each other quite a bit. And now, you can get money the easy way. Don't be ridiculous!
No, that's not true.
Then what do you love about Yuta?
His face. I love his face.
That's it? You spent so much time together with him and you only love his face? You disgust me.
Anyway, you're not allowed to attend. No, even more than that, you're freaking coming home with me. That's final.
And with the help of Mr. Maikawa and the staff at the reception hall, Kaori and her mother were taken away. The occasion was destroyed, and we didn't feel very happy after that at all. I never thought they'd go that far. My parents were furious, and the marriage registration was postponed for a while. Mr. Maikawa and Yuta both came to apologize sincerely, and we were able to register our marriage a month later. Mr. Maikawa's divorce was successfully finalized. It did go into mediation, but there was enough evidence and the divorce was finalized in one transaction. There was footage taken at the wedding reception and the conversation between Kaori, her mother, and myself at that cafe. I actually had everything recorded on my phone, you see. I never thought the day would come when I would use it in this way. We proceeded to demand compensation for ruining the reception, and the venue also demanded damages. Kaori was violent and must have broken a lot of things, all things considered. Moreover, Kaori seemed to believe that she would get married, and she quit her company to go full force into her devious schemes. I don't know how she could think she'd get her way. And now that the two of them have lost their income, they're living in an old apartment, using up their savings. When Mrs. Tachibana first got divorced with Mr. Maikawa, they would contact him and Yuta rather frequently, but now we have their numbers blocked. The Maikawa residence was sold, and my father-in-law started living abroad. Yuta and I moved into a new house, but of course we didn't tell those two. Come to think of it, I saw someone who looked like Kaori at the station.
At the station?
She had a sign saying she would draw characters. I took some photos from a little distance away. When I showed the photos to Yuta,
Yeah, the drawings are so bad. I'm convinced it's Kaori.
yeah, I see her every day on my way home, but I've never seen someone sitting with her, honestly.
That would be ridiculous, especially with this level of skill, huh?
She finally understands how hard it is to be an artist. A lot has happened, but from now on, I want to paint a future full of fun with Yuta.